It's my Metallica face. It's rough. Alright, Metallica, Enter Sandman. Before I say anything else, I know that he doesn't actually play that part on the bass. I was just throwing it in there. I'm going to teach that anyway, just in case you want to throw it in. I'm Finbar from Finbar Bass. If you want to click down the little clicker at the bottom there to get 3 free bass lessons that are not on YouTube, please be my guest. So let's roll right into this. Most of this song, he's kind of actually just riding on the E, and throwing in maybe some little F notes in there, and you know, he varies a little bit, but a lot of it's really, if you look at it in a tablature, it looks like a binary code. It's really like 0000001, 00001. But he tosses some other stuff in there, so let's roll right into it. So what he does in the beginning of the song is he's basically just playing on the E, so just like that. Now, it's funny, and if you ever look at the tablature, they actually call this that bass. That's actually called bass fill 1. That's the bass fill right there. That's a bass fill that anybody could do right there. It's just funny that's actually called the bass fill. So he does that, and then he goes into bass fill number 2, which is actually you're going to hit 7 hits on the open E and then 1 hit on the first fret of the E string. So it's going to sound like this. And actually he does that 3 times. And then you're going to hit 3 times on the E and then 1 time on the first fret of the E string. So it's going to sound like just like that. He does that twice. I'm sorry, he does that once. That whole phrase that I just showed you right there, he does that 1 time. Then he's going to switch back into doing the 7 hits on the E and then 1 hit. Just like that. And he's kind of going back and forth between those kind of things. So he also plays this little fill, which is 3 hits on the open E, 1 hit on the 6th fret of the E string, 3 hits on the 5th, and 1 on the 1. So it's going to look like just like that. This is all before the lyrics actually come in, before the verses come in. So right before the verses come in, he plays this little fill that he's on the 3rd fret of the E note, and then the open E, then the 2nd fret of the E string, open E again, 2nd fret again, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, and then open fret. That open E. That sounds difficult, but it's not. It's just so slowly. That's just like that. When the verses of this song comes in, he goes back into doing his binary code 7 hits on the open E and then 1 on the single first fret of the E string. Just like that. Then you're going to do 5 hits on the open E string, followed by the 3rd, the 2nd, and the 1st fret of the E string. Just like this. Just like that. Then you're going to do 7 open E's and then 1 of the 3rd fret, like this. And that brings you into that one I just showed you. So it's just like that. Now in the pre-chorus, where he's singing Sleep With One Eye Open, he's sitting on the 2nd fret of the E string. Sleep with one eye open. Then when he goes into the it ramps up for the chorus by hitting 4 notes on that 2nd fret, 2 open E's, and then 1 on the 1st fret of the E string. So it sounds like right, and that's right before the chorus hits. And during the chorus, what he's doing is he's hitting on the second fret, 3 notes, a second fret of the E string that is, 3 notes, just like this. Then 1 note on the third fret of the A string, followed by 3 notes on the second fret of the A string. So it looks like this. And back to the second fret of the E string. Just like that. Just make sure you can see my fingers. Real slow. Just like that. And he does that 3 times. Now on the 4th time, he does a little run here where he's playing the open E. Then he's doing a hammer-on between the 5th and the 7th. And that's a quick hammer-on. Just like that, 16th note. Then he's going to go up to the 5th fret of the A string. Back to the 7th fret of the E string. Then 7th fret of the A string, 5th fret of the A string, 7th fret of the A string, 7th fret of the E string, 5th fret of the E string. So it's a hammer-on, quick, E note, quick hammer-on. Then he's gonna move up to the 5th fret of the A string, and then 7th fret, and then you're just gonna go. So it looks like this. I'll do it slow. Sorry. Just like that. Then in the end of the chorus, when he says "Take my hand," he's kind of doing this again. He's going to hit 3 notes on the 2nd fret of the E string, just like we did before. 1 note on the 3rd fret of the A string, 3 notes on the 2nd fret of the A string. So it looks like. But then, normally then he would hit the 2nd fret of the E string, but he hits the open E. Just like that. So after that open E, he's going to be playing 2 notes on the E, and he's going to be kind of using the E note as a pedal note, E string as a pedal note, and he's going to be hitting 2 hits on the E, 1 on the 2nd fret of the E string, just like that, back to the open E. 3rd fret, back to the open E. 5th fret, back to the open E. And then he's going to hit the 3rd fret of the E string. Just like that. And that 3rd fret of the E string is where he says "off to Neverland," but it stops, and there's no bass when he's actually singing "Off to Neverland." Oh, and I almost forgot. I wanted to show you that signature riff on bass. So what you're going to be doing is hitting an open E. Then you're going to be hitting the 7th fret of the A string, and then the 5th fret of the D string, just like that. It's pretty slow actually. Then you're going to be hitting the 6th fret of the E string, followed by the 5th fret of the E string. And then to end it, you're going to hit the 7th fret of the 7th fret of the A string. So it looks like this. Real slow. Just like that. And you could also play that kind of as a chord and leave the E ringing out, and instead of using the 5th fret of the D string, you could use the open G right there and have it all ring together if you want. Alright, thank you so much for listening. If you'd like some free bass lessons, please click on the little clicker box down in the YouTube text box. I'm Finbar from Finbar Bass, and as always, have fun!